Hello and welcome. Today we're in the Tier 10 French battleship, the Bourgogne. We're playing a ranked battle in Gold League on the map Shards. Okay, anyway, this match is with CVs. We have a midway, they have an FDR. There are 2 destroyers on the enemy team, but sadly we only have 1 DD. It's a bit unfortunate, but we only have a Holland. Technically a Summers exists on our team, but check the minimap where she is. Yeah, that's not very helpful, especially considering the direction she's moving at. Yeah, it's one of those games where we are actually outnumbered. But we're going for the C cap, because that's where the Holland went, so I'm gonna try to support her. The faster we get one of the cap zones, I think the better it will be, because especially if we can secure that cap zone, because then we can basically cut the map in half at least. So if we take the C cap and manage to hold on to it well, I think we'll be in a very good spot. Particularly I like the C cap from this side, because if the red team wants to approach it, they are mostly approaching it in the open water, right? Whereas we can use many islands over there to, you know, hide ourselves behind it if we see that there are more enemies, or do all kinds of maneuvers like that. The red team doesn't have this opportunity. They have the same ability on the A cap though. So that's something for the Yoshino and the Thundera to consider when they fight over there. Oh, Yueyang is in the middle. That's pretty bold, right? That's really bold. Why would you go into the middle, especially this far, this early? I mean, I'm definitely gonna take a shot. Why would I not do that? Come on! Oh, wow! A detonation too! Nice! 3 HE shells and a detonation. In ranked, especially Gold League, I really would expect people to actually run the flag. Anyway, I'm not gonna enter the C cap right now, because, well, there's a Bourgogne on the enemy team and a Yamato, and that would put me at a disadvantage. Now, Holland torpedoes might change things, but they might also not do that. So it's better to be safe here than, well, just dying, I suppose. Especially now that I wanted to say we have an advantage, but I forgot that we're playing 1 man down. Because, check out where the Summer still is. Not exactly helpful, is she? Oh, nice torps by the Holland. I think that actually caused a flooding on the Yamato. Is she damaconing? I'm not really paying enough attention. Yeah, she is using damage control party right now, and our reload booster is up, so we could technically just use it and set her on fire again. Now remember, you can use reload booster whenever you want. It just boosts it makes the reload faster during its duration. So even if you're halfway through a reload, using it is still fine. It's not like the torpedo reload booster, which you should only really use once, you know, you just launch torps. That's when it's most efficient. This one, it's always efficient. Wow, 5 hits and no fire. That's pretty surprising. Now I am regretting my positioning a little bit though, because, well, look how far away I am from them. Yes, my ship obviously has the range, but actually hitting enough shells at this kind of distance is difficult. Now it might be why I am so safe and why they actually turned around. Maybe if I had pushed into them, they wouldn't have run. But as it is right now, I am regretting it a little bit, yeah. I still have to turn around on top of everything else, and even that's gonna take a while. But I suppose I can afford that. I have the range to be able to do that. And eventually the Holland is gonna get towards the B cap, and, well, considering the only enemy destroyer left is a Shimakaze, I think our Holland can handle that. Meanwhile, I'm gonna try to chase the Yamato and the Bourgogne. Mostly because I want to keep hammering at the Yamato and actually take her out, because she has taken a lot of fire damage. And fire damage means that that's all fully healable, 100%. Therefore, if we leave the Yamato alive for too long, she ends up regenerating a lot of the HP she lost, which means that we kind of wasted our time actually trying to hit her. Yeah, apparently Fleet Admiral Chester Nimitz doesn't wish to actually play the game, despite the fact that she queued up for ranked battles. Oh! Yamato's actually turning slightly backwards. This is good, because it means that she won't be getting quite as far away from me, which means that I'm gonna start hitting some shells again on her. I should probably just go straight ahead closer and not try to use my rear turret too much, because when you do turn your ship, it does massively impact your speed. And so if you really want to chase someone, you should try to minimize turning. Right now I turned just to be able to pass the island that's gonna be in front of me. I basically want to go the same path that the enemy Bourgogne and the Yamato fled by. Because that way, we'll have some kind of crossfire, right? Slava is gonna be basically in our spawn, I will be on their side, so they're gonna show some side to me or the Slava most likely. Although, chances are I'm gonna be too far to capitalize it on too much, but maybe it'll work. I'm gonna save my reload booster in case I set a fire. If I do set a fire and she damacons, then I'm gonna reload booster as a follow-up. I have 2 reload boosters left, and I think I could easily use both of them before the game ends, even if I do save them a little bit. Now, getting a little too close to the Yamato would also be a bad idea, because she is a little scary when she can overmatch your bow. Especially when you combine that potential with the damage output of another battleship, and we still gotta remember, there's an FDR in this match. Anyway, Yamato is showing a lot of broadside, so AP it is. Come on. Well, 9k damage, that's acceptable. Now follow up, and we're gonna switch to HE after this, because obviously the Yamato is angling, but I think she's gonna go down. Oh, by the way, I am actually a secondary build. Not like a full secondary build, but I mostly use it for the improvement to my main battery reload if something is within secondary range. Because the French battleships actually have a lot of secondary range. 12.5 kilometers. Now, I don't think the secondaries themselves are all that powerful, but it's just that the main batteries reload faster when something is within secondary range. And, well, that thing should multiplicatively stack with reload booster too. So it should be pretty damn powerful when you combine the two. Anyway, the enemy Bourgogne has a lot more HP than I do, but I have some help from my CV, and I have a secondary build on top of that, which means that I probably have significantly more damage output. I mean, my main batteries will fire more often than hers will do, and also secondary damage adds up too. I mean, they will cause fires and stuff like that. I'm also spying a little Conqueror over there, and she is kinda showing me signs. Well, not quite yet, but soon. I think they... Depends on how she turns, I suppose. But if she turns to go bow on towards me, she's gonna show side to the Slava, who I hope can actually hit her. But I really think I should start focusing on the Conqueror, swap to AP, and then... oh, wow. One of my main batteries gets taken out. I don't want to use reload booster, even though it's gonna be up in 8 seconds until then. I am gonna swap to AP though. And then once my main battery has healed, I'm gonna use reload booster immediately. That'll boost the reload and then fire the AP at the Conqueror. Oh, surge forward. So this is the special French captain. If you get 2 million potential damage in a ship, you get, I think, 8% more speed. By the way, check out my reload. Look at that. 9.4 or 9.5 seconds with the reload booster up. That's what you get when you add all of the things up. Anyway, we got the Conqueror. Now it's time to go for the Bourgogne, but there is a CV coming, so I want to go diagonally in one way, and then turn my rudder to the other side so that FDR compensates in the wrong way, I suppose. Oof, 2 fires. I'm gonna damage on immediately because the damage control party lasts for 15 seconds. And that should cover the CV drop as well, but FDR is a bit of a problem in this sense. Ouch! 7,400 damage. But the only ship left is the FDR, so I can dedicate my entire ship and play here to avoiding as much of the FDR strikes as possible. I'm gonna have a heal in 5 seconds. I'm gonna just keep turning, because the angle of attack for the FDR is gonna be bad, and therefore it'll waste more of her time to actually get the drop onto me, which means I get to heal more HP and she gets to take more damage on the planes. Oh, there's the FDR. Don't mind if I do. A fire, 5k damage, but I still have 10 seconds of heal left, so I should be able to survive this. Speed boost? Oh, I was hoping the FDR wouldn't do another strike, but it seems that she's gonna come back again for another strike. That's gonna be a bit awkward. Because I'm gonna be pretty low HP at that point, and it's not gonna be good. Just keep turning though. This really messes with the how easy or difficult it is to drop, even if you're something like a battleship. Come on! Come on! Yes! Yes! See, because I was basically at the worst angle possible for the FDR when the drop came in, most of those bombers missed, or actually almost all of them missed. And that's just the kind of stuff you can do to mitigate the damage that the CV can do. Next up, it's torpedo bombers. Now, FDR torp bombers have a trick up their sleeve that other CVs don't. They can turn after they've started their drop, and it won't really affect them. So you have to watch out for that, because it's really, really powerful. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna see the FDR start an attack run, basically parallel to me. And the plan is, she wants to turn at the very end, so I'm gonna start turning in right now. Because then I'm gonna be in a full turn in by the time she does her maneuver, and hopefully that will enable me to mitigate a lot of the damage that her torp bombers do. I should be able to survive 1 torp. Actually, with a heal, maybe even 2. Or I could just avoid all of them. Nice! And she can't attack again for another, well, like 15 seconds from now, so she's gonna fly out, then come back in again. Now the thing is, because of that kind of maneuver the FDR can do, if you turn in to the torp bombers, you can really easily avoid them because of that. But if you're turning out, it actually makes it easier for the FDR to hit, which is what I think you're gonna see here in a moment, because, well, I was turning out and... See that? Yeah. She turned at the very end there, and managed to land most of the torps. I had slowed down preemptively, and I think that actually saved my ship. Although maybe if I had just kept turning, it would have been also fine. But regardless, we survived. Now here I waste a little bit of time. I didn't realize that the game was ending in 9 seconds. Should have fired immediately, but that's alright. We still win. And now, that ending here is actually, I think, really important to know. This FDR player wasn't bad. He knew what he was doing. But his problem was that CVs just aren't very good at finishing off ships if the player can dedicate everything into surviving CV attacks. So in this case, I didn't have to worry about showing somebody my broadside, I wasn't being shelled by somebody or anything like that. And as a result, I could just get my heals up and running, and that would just keep me alive. And honestly, there's just not much a CV can do in this kind of a situation. You need somebody else to threaten the ship and, you know, put in the final nail in the coffin, so to say. But anyway, 2654 base XP, 209k damage. I am really happy with this result. Seriously, really happy with this result. Wait, look at that Yamato. 94k damage. 40k to the Bourgogne, 24 to Conqueror. Yueyang got detonated by 3 HE shells. And then we did another almost 40k to the FDR. These are the captain skills that I used. Emergency Repair Specialist, Grease the Gears, Adrenaline Rush, Emergency Repair Expert, Concealment Expert, Close Quarters Combat for the main battery reload boost, and then Long Range Secondary Batteries. And this puts us at 12.5 kilometer secondary range. And whenever an enemy is spotted within my secondary range, I get faster reload, which combines well with Reload Booster. Then I use obviously main battery reload, concealment, a damage control, secondary range again, engine boost, and main arms modification 1. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.